随着爱苗的滋长，两对爱侣的心也起了微妙的变化。在感情中，最重要的到底是什么呢？是身份地位，还是真爱万岁？从谎言开始的爱情，又将会如何结束？还有什么样的困难在等他们呢？就让我们再次回到故事，一起揭晓答案吧。
With the growth of love, there come subtle changes in the hearts of the two couples. What is the most important thing in a relationship? Does status matter the most, or does love conquer every difficulty? What will happen to a love that begins with lies? And what problem will the couples face? Let's return to our story and find out the answer.
Madam, why did you go away in a rush? Jerome didn't even have the opportunity to say goodbye to me. You drove them away? Why? Just because you hate Durant? Or were you afraid of knowing his ballet?
Yes, you are right. You're a smart one, aren't you?
Madam,
Everything you said is right.
madam, why? If you want to love him, just fall in love with him. What are you worried about?
No, Lisette. You don't understand. As if I late, but mistress, he should not fall in love with me. And I could let him sink deep. I just can't tell him my true feeling.
That's why you can express your love? You're wrong. Durant will love me, even if he knows I'm just a champion. And I'll love him if he will not reach me. Nothing can stop true love, not even status.
But they have gone. Oh, but they have gone. It is too late.
No, it's never too late. If there's true love, we'll meet them in the future. Do you truly believe it?
Yes, I believe.
Father,
What is it, my son?
I think maybe we're wrong.
Wrong? About what?
The whole thing. Perhaps we shouldn't have allowed Sylvia to disguise herself as a maid from the very beginning.
Why do you say that?
I saw Sylvia crying miserably. I regret not stopping Durant from leaving.
Mario, it's Sylvia who lets him go. If it is her choice, we just let things go naturally. But if it is against her will, we just fix him up. You know what I mean?
I do. Thanks, Father. I know what to do now. Who pays a visit such a late night?
Oh my! Mr. Durant! Master!
Why are you being so nervous? Oh, such a miracle. What makes you two come back here?
I've decided to tell the truth. I couldn't leave
Monsieur,
without...
I apologize for my sorrowful behavior, but we both think that we should express our feelings before we leave. Please give me permission to talk to your daughter.
I think it's time to tell the truth.
I'm glad their destinies are really bound together.
Please inform my sister and Lisette. Mr. Durant and his fellow are here and request to see them.
Yes, Master.
Please wait here for a second. We'll leave you a space.
Here I am. Well, you needn't have bother thinking about me. I've been avoiding you.
No. Stay. Lisette, I need to speak to you for a last time. It's on a matter of some importance concerning your masters.
Speak to them then. Every time I see you, you manage to upset me. Leave me alone.
I can say the same about you. But listen to me, please. You're going to see a great change taking place as a result of what I'm about to tell you.
Alright then, speak. I'm listening, since I've decreed somewhere that my doctrines towards you shall know no bound.
Will you promise to keep the secret?
I've never betrayed anybody.
I'm only sharing this secret with you because of the high esteem I hold you in.
I believe it, but I wish you would stand me without telling me. It sounds like pretext for something.
No, you're mistaken. Lizette, since you've promised to keep my secret, let's get to the point. You've seen the depth of my feelings. I couldn't stop myself loving you.
Here we go again. Well, I start myself listening to you. Goodbye.
Wait! This isn't Birkenau speaking.
So who are you then?
Lizette, now you're going to understand the pain I've had to endure in my heart.
It's not your heart I'm talking to. It's you.
There's no one coming. Is there?
No.
Lizette, you really should know that the man who is with your mistress isn't who people think he is.
Who is he then?
A valet.
And?
And I'm Durant.
You are Durant? You're not Bogeyman?
I wanted to use this disguise to discover a little bit about your mistress before marrying her. And the outcome has been like a bad dream. I hate the mistress I was supposed to marry. And I fall in love with you. And your mistress has fallen for my valet to the point where she'll marry him if she's permitted to. What am I going to do now? What should I do?
We have been playing the same game. No, I will tell you who I am. The game isn't over. Well, your situation is certainly a new one on me. But, sir, I must first apologize for any inappropriate remark I've made in our conversation.
Be quiet. Lizette, your apologies upset me. They only serve to remind me of the distance that separates us and make this even more painful.
Are you feeling towards me real seriously? Do you love me that much?
Enough to renounce any other engagement. Since I'm not allowed to unite my destiny with yours, and in this situation, the only pleasure I could taste is to believe that at least you don't hate me.
But how choosing me in my lowly position is surely deserving acceptance, and I willingly repay you my own if I weren't afraid of committing to engagement, which might be to his detriment.
Haven't you charms enough? Lizette, must you also speak to me like this with such nobility of spirit?
There's someone coming. Don't be worried about valet. We needn't rush things. We'll see each other again and find some way to get in out of this difficulty.
I'll follow your advice.
Well, I really needed that one to be Durant.
Sister, I'm genuinely sorry for leaving you in such a state of embarrassment. But Archdeacon...
Brother, I have news for you.
What is it?
He isn't Bogeyman at all. He's Durant.
Who are you talking about now?
Him, I'm telling you. I just listened to find out. He's gone now, but he told me himself.
Who did?
You're not listening to me, are you?
Yes, I am, but I'll be damned if I understand any of it.
Never mind. Let's go and find father. He's got to know. And I need you too, dear brother. I have a few new tricks on my sleeve. And I want you to pretend to be in love with me. You have already hinted his mouth by word of joke. Above all else, though, you must keep a secret.
Okay, I'll keep it secret, alright, sis. I don't know what it is.
Now, come on. That's not wasting time. I tell you, let's never meet anything quite like this.
For heaven, she's not going mad.
But sir, most highly esteemed master, please, I beg you,
Are you still going on?
have pity on me, sir, and my good fortune. Don't begrudge my happiness when things are going so well. Don't stand in my way!
That's enough! You miserable wretch. I think you're making a fool of me, and you deserve a good thrashing.
Which I refuse, sir, if I deserve it. But once I've had it, please let me go and deserve some more. Would you like me to fetch a stick?
Villain!
Villain I may be, but it shouldn't stop me from making my fortune.
Scoundrel! What's he up to now?
Scoundrel's fine too. It suits me nicely. A villain isn't dishonored being called scoundrel, but scoundrel can still make a good marriage.
What? You want me to deceive a respectable gentleman? You think I allow you to marry his daughter under my name? Listen, if you ever mention this piece of effrontery to me again, I'll send you packing on the spot, just as soon as I've told Monsieur Orgon who you really are. Do you understand me?
Look, sir, let's make a deal. This young lady adores me. She practically worships me. Without her, I'm just a valet. Despite that, the tender-hearted creature still fancies a spot of will up with me. Wouldn't you allow the vines to play?
As long as I know who you really are, that's no longer my concern.
Fine. I'm going right now to inform this journalist young lady of my true station in life. I trust this trivial matter of a service livery won't cause us to fall out, and her love will entitle me to a seat at the table, despite the cruel fate which led me standing by the sideboard.
Everything that's going on here, everything that's happened to me, is simply beyond belief. But I would like to see Lisette again, since she's promised to get me out of this fix and to find out how she's fared with her mistress. Perhaps I could catch her on her own.
Wait, working on. I'd like a word with you.
How can I be of service to you, sir?
You've been flirting with Lisette, I believe.
She's so attractive. Indeed, you'd be hard not to.
And how does she receive her advances?
Sir, she makes fun of them.
You're not trying to trick me.
No, but what does it matter to you anyway? Supposing Lisette had opened her heart to me.
Open her heart? Where do you get these expressions from? That's rather high flown for a fellow in your station.
Sir, I don't know any other way to talk.
It looks as you've been trying to seduce Lisa with a little nasty of that sort, imitating a man of quality.
I can assure you, sir, I'm imitating nobody. But obviously, you're not here just in order to mock me. You must have something else to say. We were speaking about Lisette, about my liking for her, and the interest you're taking in it.
Hey God, do I detect the hint of jealousy already? You need to moderate a little. Anyway, we were speaking about Lisette, supposing she had opened her heart to you. Well, then why?
And exactly why should you need to know?
Well, here's why. In point of fact, despite the jovial manner adopted earlier, I should be extremely annoyed if she were to love you. So, without further debate, I forbid you to make any more advances to her. It's not because I have the slightest fear that she might fall in love with you. I think she's much too refined for me. No, I simply find it disagreeable to have broken on us a rival.
Tell me, sir, do you love her very much?
Enough to form a serious attachment with her. As soon as I've taken certain steps, clear?
Yes, I think I know what you mean. I take it that you're sure she loves you?
Well, what do you think? Am I not worthy of her love?
You don't really expect to be praised by your rivals, do you?
But I'm somewhat mortified that I can't say whether or not she loves me. And I'm telling you this, not by way of explanation, as you can well believe, but simply because one must tell the truth.
You astonish me, sir. So Lisette knows nothing about your intentions?
Lisette knows all the good I wish her, and seems unaffected by it. but I hope the reason will win me her heart. No, anyway, no more argument. You can leave me now. Lizette's coolness towards me, despite everything I have to offer her, will have to be the only consolation for the sacrifice you'll be making. Your servant livery isn't enough to tip the balance in your favor, and you are frankly in no position to do better with me. Lisette, you're here.
Yes, sir. What is it? You seem a little upset.
It was nothing. I was just having a word with Berkner.
He looks sad. Have you been reprimanding him?
The young master was telling me that he loves you,
Well, I can't help that.
and he forbids me to love you.
Really? Does he also forbid me to sing Worthy of Your Love?
I can stop him loving you, Lisette, but I don't want him to tell you.
He's not telling me, he's only repeating it.
Well, at least he's not going to repeat it in my presence. Leave us, Woganon.
I'm waiting for her to order me.
Again?
He says waiting, have a little patience.
Do you feel an affection for the young master?
Love, do you mean? Oh, I don't think it'll be necessary to answer you.
Aren't you deceiving me?
Well, honestly, this is some part I'm playing here. Why doesn't he just leave? Who am I talking to?
To Bergenyan, that's all.
Why didn't let him clear up?
I'm in agony.
Do as he says, he's getting angry.
Maybe that suits you just fine.
Come on, that's enough.
You didn't mention the love to me, Lisette.
Now, you must admit it. You'll be extremely ungrateful for me not to love that man.
What are you laughing at, Mario?
And Ron, and he's kind of absolutely furious because I made him leave Lisette.
But what did he say to you in a little private chat you just had with him?
I've never seen him more confused or in a worse temper.
Well, I'm not sorry he's been hoist with his own petard. And anyway, looking on the bright side, nothing could have been more flattering or obliging to him than what you have done up to now, my children. However, that's enough, I think.
But just how far has this gone, Sister dear?
Alas, dear brother, I must confess I have reason to be happy.
Alas, dear brother, she says. Can't you hear certain sweet contentment behind those words?
What? Do you actually hope he's going to offer you his hand while you're still in disguise?
Oh yes, dear father, I do hope so.
So it's dear father now. What a saucy creature you are. You've stopped scolding us and now you're all sweetness and light.
You don't let me get away with anything, do you?
Now it's my turn to have some financial expense. Your delight is amply entertaining as it is quiet.
Well, I won't give you any cause of complaint, my dear child. I'll go along with whatever you wish.
Oh, sir, if I knew how much I'd be indebted to you, Dora and I are truly destined for one another. He must marry me. If I knew how grateful I would to him for his done for me today, how I will always remember the tender love he showed me. If I only knew how delightful all this will make a blessed union, he'll never be able to recall this affair of ours without loving me, and I will think of it without loving him. We have sealed our happiness for life, allowing to do this. It's a truly unique marriage, a story to melt the heart and very telling. It's the most extraordinary stroke of life, the happiest, the most.
Why does your box so hard is good, sister? That's so elegant.
I must admit, it's an enchanting picture of you paint, provided you can bring it about.
It's good as done. The one's conquered, and I'm with my prisoner.
The chance that mine will be more gilded than he imagines, but I think he's suffering now and I too feel sorry for him.
Well, the pains causing to make out his mind makes him more worthy in my eyes. He believes I was his obsessed father by marrying me. He thinks he's betraying his birth and fortune. These are very serious consideration. I would delight to try off land, but I need to see his victory, and not having simply presented to me. I want to see a battle between love and reason.
And the reason must perish, of course.
That is, you want him to feel the full contempt of the folly he'll think he's committing. What insatiable vanity!
Indeed, woman and vanity go hand in hand.
Shh! Now here comes Lisette. Let's see what she wants.
Sir, you said a little while ago I will leave in Toronto, that he was now in Monterosso. I have taken you at your word and working him for myself. And as you see, I have very well conditioned. So, what will I do next? Is my mistress going to be handing over to me?
What do you say, my child? Do you wish to lay claim to him?
Now, Lizette, I'll give him to you and surrender all my rights to you. I don't want any piece of heart for your expression that I myself haven't conditioned.
What? You wouldn't mind me marrying him? Unless if he's happy with that also?
Yes, let him sort it out himself. I assume he loves you?
And I give my consent to.
And me, and I think all of you.
Wait, there's just one condition to add, so I can't be blamed for what happened. And that's that you should give him some hint as to who you really are.
But if I give him the hint, you'll know the whole story.
So, if his heart been well primed, as you say, surely he'll be able to withstand the shock. I don't think he's the sort of man to be scared off that easily.
Here he comes, looking for me. Please, if you wouldn't mind leaving me the free hand. This is going to be my masterpiece.
Fair enough, we'll indulge you.
With all my heart.
Let's go.
Adele, my queen, I can see you, and I'll never leave you again. I suffered too long from lack of presence, and I thought you evading mine.
There's a degree of truth in that, sir. I must confess.
What, dear soul? Life-giving Alex of my heart, do you seek my death?
I must know, dear sir, your life is much too precious to me.
Oh, how does word give me strength?
I must never doubt my love.
How I wish I could kiss those little words and pluck them from lip with mine.
But you pressed me on the question of our marriage, and my father hasn't given me permission to answer. Well, I have just spoken to him. I have his consent to tell you that you can exit from my hand whenever you wish.
Before I exit from your hand, allow me to exit from you. I wish to render it my most great thanks for truth. You will show me by its willingness to enter your life, which is truly unworthy of you.
I have no objection to them to you for a moment, on conditions that you will keep it forever.
Dear come and chop your hand. I accept you without reservation. I'm not in the least perturbed under your doom. My only concern is what I will give you in return.
You're giving me more than I need.
No, not at all. I'm afraid I can do my son's slave better than you.
But I regard your love as a gift from heaven.
Oh God, I heard no word to put myself.
Once again, sir, I know who I am.
Yes, and I know who I am too. And there is much to know. I still find out when you're finished. It'll be a devil's own job getting to know me. You never know what you're going to find about the old thing.
All this civility just isn't natural. Why are you telling me this?
We are coming to the nub of the matter now.
What do you mean? You're allowing me? Is it possible that you're not?
Oh, dear lady, now you are lifting the lid off with a vengeance.
What on earth is going on?
Well, let's just prepare the ground a little. This love of yours, madam, is he of sound constitution? Is he strong enough to bear the burdens upon him? Is he bothered by poor lodgings? I could only offer him cramped quarters and a freight.
Oh, for goodness sake, put me out of my misery in one word. Who are you?
Have you ever seen counterfeit money? Do you know what a false coin is? Well, I'm the big like that.
Get to the point. What is your name?
My name. What am I going to say? If I tell the truth, she'll go for the roof. They're right.
Well,
Well, there's a bit of a problem there, dear lady. Would you have any particular aversion to a soldier?
what do you mean by a soldier?
You know, an aide-de-camp, a batman, sort of to a gentleman.
A badman to a gentleman? So he isn't actually the one I'm speaking to?
Call him my captain at the stretch, and I'm your honor.
And I'll call you the lightning wrench!
I excellent rhyme.
Look at you, you great app! Take that!
How almighty fallen.
And just think, I've been back in this spot for 4 hours, wearing myself out.
goodwill into this miserable creature.
I'm sorry, dear lady. But if you raise up hand the price, you'll make as much profit out of me as they find gentlemen.
I cannot love him no matter what. He made his price. Well, there's nothing else for it. Go on, sir. My pride pardons you. You're lucky. It's in a good mood.
Do you really mean that, kind lady? Oh, how my love promises to repay you.
Let's shake hands, Solomon. I've been fully fooled. A gentleman's valet is well worth my lady's maid.
What? My lady's maid?
Yes, she's my captain. Or whatever.
Imposter!
Go ahead, take revenge. Woohoo!
You cheeky little monkey! And to think that I spent the past hour worrying myself sick about being too poor!
Well, let's get down to business. Do you love me?
Oh God! Yes. Changing your name hasn't changed your looks. And you know perfect well we promise to be true to each other, regardless of any misapprehension we might under.
Right, there's no harm done then. Let's consider ourselves with that. But let's not give the show away. We don't want him to develop us. It will appear that your master is still in the dark about my mistress. Don't make him any the wiser. Let's just keep things as they are. Oh, I think I hear him coming. Now, sir, your humble servant.
And I yours, my lady.
Now, then, I see you've just left Orgon's daughter. Have you told her who you really are?
Oh God, yes! The poor child. I found her as meek and mild as a lamb. She hardly said a word when I told her my name was Agua and the word servant's livery. All she said was, "Oh, well, my friend, we forgot our name in this life. We forgot our clothes. And even if yours didn't cost you anything, it hasn't stopped me being polite."
What nonsense is this you're telling me?
So given the way things are, I'm going to act her hand.
What? She's willing to marry you?
She must be sick, eh?
You're having me on. She doesn't know who you are.
God almighty, sir. Do you want bet I won't marry her in my servant's livery? I will wear my dirty canvas apron too, if you annoy me. I have known, sir, that a love of mine isn't easy crushed. And I don't need your fancy castle to my point. Just get my own clothes back, that's all I need.
This is inconceivable. You crafty devil. I can see. I'll have to warn Monsieur Orgon.
Who? Our dear father? Oh, he's such a nice man, isn't he? We've got him eating of our herd. He's a first-rate human being, the very salt of the earth. He'll let me know what he says, won't you?
You must be mad. Have you seen Lizette?
Lizette? No, she may have passed before my eyes, but we gentlemen don't take any notice of the chamberlain. I'll leave that kind of thing up to you.
Go away. You're off your head.
I think your manners are a little too free these days, but I suppose that's a habit you got into. Anyway, goodbye. What's the Mary? Of course we'll be by equals. Ah, here comes your chambermaid. Good morning, Lizette. Allow me to commend my man, Bergen, unto you. He's quite a decent chap.
How worthy she is to be loved. What did Mario have to get there ahead of me?
Where have you been, sir? I haven't been able to find you since I left Mary to let you know what I said to Monsieur Orgon.
Indeed. I haven't strayed very far. Anyway, what's this about?
How cold he is. Well, sir, I told him all about your valet and set his legal squabbles as evidence of his worthlessness. I suggested he might at least postpone the marriage, but oh, to no avail, he didn't even listen to me. And I must warn, sir, they're already talking of sending for the register. I think it's your time you reveal your true identity.
That's my intention. I'm going to leave words in your organ explaining everything.
He's leaving. That's not what I wanted.
Don't you approve of my idea?
Well, not really.
Given the position I'm in, I can't see any other solution, short of speaking to him myself, and I couldn't bring myself to do that. Besides, I have other reasons for wishing to leave. There's nothing else I could do here.
Since I don't know your reason, I can need a proof for them, no argue against them, and it's not my place to argue why they are.
You might easily guess them. Exactly.
Well, for example, I don't think you take care too much more than Ogon's daughter.
Is that all you can see?
Well, there are good many things, I suppose, but not silly or vain not to dwell on them.
More brave enough to speak of them, since you have nothing gracious to say to me. Goodbye.
Be careful! I have to tell you, I don't think you take quite my meaning.
No, I don't, absolutely. And your explanations wouldn't do me any favors. So just keep them to yourself until I'm gone.
You are honestly leaving.
You seem worried I might change my mind.
It's nice of you to be so understanding.
Well, that was frank. Goodbye. Wait. I've got something else to tell you.
To me, sir?
Yes. I find it hard to leave without having convinced you that I'm not wrong to do so.
Really, sir? What's the point of trying to justify yourself? It's not worth your trouble. I'm only a servant after all, as you made me very well aware.
Me? Lizette, haven't you anything to complain about when you can see me go on my way without saying a word?
I could say a thing about that if I really feel like it.
Well, go on. Say them. I'd like nothing than to be wrong. Wait. But what am I saying? Mariel loves you,
That's true.
and you're not unmoved by his love. I could see that by how keen you were to try to get rid of me a moment ago. So, you certainly couldn't love me.
Not unmoved by his love. Who told you that? And I couldn't love you? How do you know? You're jumping to conclusion.
Very well. Lizette, by everything I hold most dear in this world, teach me the truth of the matter. I beg you.
Teach a man who's about to leave?
I'm not leaving.
Then leave me alone. If you love me, stop interrogating me. The only thing you're afraid of is in my difference. And you're quite happy for me to say nothing. Why do you care about my feelings?
What do I care? Lizette, are you still in any doubt that I adore you?
No, you repeat it so often I believe you. But would you keep trying to convince me of it? What do you want me to do with it like that, sir? Look, I'll be absolutely frank with you. You love me, yes, but your love isn't zero things for you. You have plenty of destruction to help you dispose of it. The great distance between us, the thousands of young women you likely encounter on your travels, the willingness to prove you're susceptible to late charms, the various amusement open to men in your position. All these things will soon erase this love. You're so relentlessly pleading to me. But for my person, who will console me for the loss of you? Who will wish my heart to put in your place? Do you realize that if I love you, however important will ever again move me? Please be so kind as to conceal your love for me. Speaking to as I am now, I will be reluctant to tell you I love you. In your present mood, any such admission of my feeling might put your reason at risk, and you can see I'm also concealing them.
What is this I hear? Lizette, your words wear into my very soul. my heart and hands belong to you.
And in truth, sir, if I were to accept them, would you not deserve it? Wouldn't it be really ungracious of me to conceal my pledge or to offer? How long do you think that could last?
So, you do love me?
No, no. And if you ask me again, it'll be the worst of you.
Your threats don't frighten me, Lizette.
What about Mario? Have you forgotten him?
No, Lizette. But Mario no longer alarms me. You certainly couldn't love him. You can't deceive me. Your heart is true, and you're not immune to my charms. The sheer joy I now feel has silenced all my doubts. I'm absolutely certain. And there's nothing you can do to remove that certainty.
Oh, I don't even tempt you. Keep it, and I'll see what you do with it.
So, will you not consent to be mine?
What? You will marry me in spite of who you are, in spite of father's wrath, in spite of your fortune.
My father will forgive me the moment it sets eyes on you. My fortune is enough for both of us. And genuine merit is as important as birth. So, let's not argue, since I'm never going to change.
He's never going to change. Oh, do you know how enchanting I find you, Durand?
Don't restrain your love. Let it answer.
At last, I have reached the end. You won't ever change, not ever.
No. Here's Lizette. Never.
Oh, such love. Oh, father! You wanted me belong to Durand, come as your daughter, obeying you with more joy than anyone ever felt.
Wait. What is this I hear? You're her father, sir?
Yes, Durand. We both have the same idea about getting to one another. Apart from that, I have nothing more to say. You love me, in fact I have no doubt. But in turn can judge my feeling for you. You can judge how much I value your heart by the subtlety with which I try to acquire it.
Do you recognize this letter? This is how I learned of your disguise, although she herself only found out from you.
I can't begin to tell you how happy I am, dear lady. But what I find the most delightful are the proofs that I have already given you of my love.
And will Durand forgive me for making Borgina so angry?
He won't forgive you. He'll thank you.
Be joyful, my lady. You've lost your high rank, but you can't complain. You've still got alcohol.
Oh, some consolation. You're the only one to profit from this.
Well, I'm certainly not losing by it. Before we got to know one another, your dowry was worth more than you. And now, you are worth more than your dowry.
I told you so.
Negroni!
This is the end of our performance. In all sincerity, we hope you had an unforgettable evening and that you view love from a different angle. Thank you for all your support and participation.
再次感谢各位的莅临，我们由衷的希望这场演出能为今晚画下一个完美的句点，也希望大家对于爱情能有不同的诠释。谢谢各位的支持与肯定。
稍后将播放1集单元剧的幕后花絮，播毕后将为各位介绍所有演员阵容以及幕后工作团队。谢幕完毕后将开放时间献花以及合影。另外提醒各位贵宾，在台上合照时，请勿触碰道具或攀爬舞台。感谢您的配合。 现在就让我们一起来欣赏110集大英剧的幕后花絮。
Yeah, I know I look good. Yeah, I look fly. Baby, I'm just your type. I'm a baddie. I'm a baddie. Yeah, I know I look good. Yeah, I look fly. Baby, I'm just your type. I'm a baddie. I'm a baddie. Yeah, I know I look better than all the girls that you knew before. Had your chance, but I'm not playing anymore. Come through, get your bags, let them at the door. Silly boy, silly boy, silly boy. Feeling good, change my hair and you can't ignore. I'm in my bag, set it to Dior. I would be so ahead if we're keeping score. Silly boy, silly boy, silly boy. I don't need a man, yeah, I'm good by myself. Spending this money and I made it myself. Now I'm glowed up and you're stuck by yourself. Yeah, I know I look good. Yeah, I look fly. Baby, I'm just your type. I'm a baddie. I'm a baddie. Yeah, I know I look good. Yeah, I look fly. Baby, I'm just your type. I'm a baddie. I'm a baddie. Yeah, I know I look good.
嗨，大家，现在1点开始，中午跟化妆舞到后台准备，等一下6点准时开始音乐。流程，然后就是55分的时候再进来，现在就继续工作，好，谢谢。
Settling in, settling down, falling in love, not falling out. I keep on falling in. Each of us both done to be nice. We let the hurt take between us. We do what we gotta do to stay winning, winning. The fuss and the fights will keep in trust. And you make me wanna say, I love you better today than yesterday. Every day is gonna play out the same, the same, the same, the same. Ay, I love you better today than yesterday. Every day is gonna play out the same.
现在就让我们以最热烈的掌声欢迎所有演员。首让 Haley 由赵贤 ，Sylvia Ramona 王威。Harlequin 一演周延毅 ，Lizette NG 刘子云。
Organ Alan 蔡伟伦 Mariel Greg 李冠廷 Malay Jessie 沈敏轩 Warner Wayne 涂宣伟 Bartender Andrea 林景欣
接着，让我们用更热烈的掌声，欢迎所有幕后工作人员、行政部门、公关股、股长 Nikki、股员 Iris、Lance、Laura、Neil、Peter、Stacy、Sunny、Judy、Yuri。宣传股股长 Betty、股员 Charlene、Jane、Sharon、Sheeter、Alan、Ian、Sarah。
文书部股长 Frankie， 股员 Phoebe、Haley、Jessie、Bernice。总务部股长 Lin， 股员 Yuri。
艺术部门舞社股股长 Vanessa， 股员 Amy 陈、Amy 黄、Emily、Hanson、Harrison、Jeff、Octavia、Ping、Juan、Andrea、Michael。灯光股股长 Sam， 股员 Yvonne、Ivy、Jenny、Wayne。音效股股长 Suki， 股员 Rita。
服装部股长 Karen， 股员 Charlene、Jimmy、Julia、Judy、Betty、Emily。 Willow， 行政总监 Selina， 总召 Ines， 最后让我们欢迎今晚的主持人。我是耍力廖心玉，
我是 Lance 许江豪，
我是 Laura 张子琳，我是露露谭玉荣。接下来，请干部献花。
接下来请总召 Ines 致辞。
喂，好，谢谢大家今天就是在这个礼拜五的晚上还特别抽空来看我们表演，然后就是没有你们到，我们也不会有一个那么精彩的演出。但是更重要的是，如果没有我身后这群工作人员的努力，我们也不会有一个这么完美的公演。所以想请大家再为我身后这群工作人员，就是给一个最热烈的掌声，谢谢。
接下来，戏剧指导老师裴卓士裴老师因个人因素返回希腊，目前正在进行自主健康管理当中，因此不克前来。但裴老师仍为大家录制了一段影片，现在就让我们一起听听来自裴老师的祝福。
Next, since our instructor Professor Doubleus went back to Greece for personal reason, it is now still in quarantine. However, he has some words for us. Now, let's watch the video filmed by Professor Doubleus.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, students, and friends. Regretfully, I have not been able to be with you tonight, but at least I'm glad that you made it. So let me start by thanking you for attending the 2020 junior class performance, and also let me congratulate you on your ability to leave your own homes. That's a little bit bitter perhaps, but I have good reasons. Firstly, I have no doubt that our juniors have done a great job putting on a really enjoyable performance, and I missed it. Secondly, because I know that our junior class will have done an amazing job, I hate not being able to congratulate them in real time. But thirdly, and most importantly, I resent not being there to honor face-to-face their incredible work ethic, their persistence and determination, and their ingenuity. As I am sure you realize, this event came at the end of a very long and complicated process. For quite some time, we didn't even know whether we would be able to keep up with tradition this year. Of course, we owe much to the president of our university and to the dean of our department for their assistance, and we must take the time to acknowledge and celebrate them both. But we must also commend our juniors. They never stopped pushing, they never gave up, and as today has shown, not even a pandemic can rain on their parade. So, before I bid you all good night, allow me to address our junior class directly and tell them this. Guys, you have made us proud. Your graduation year is about to begin, and you have shown that nothing can stop you once you put your minds to it. So, I need to tell you that it has been a great pleasure working with you. My congratulations, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.
Thank you, Professor Douglas. 接着，让我们邀请发音指导老师平维明老师为我们勉励几句。欢迎平老师。
Now let's welcome Mr. Pierce to give us some words.
Thank you, parents and teachers and fellow classmates. And we are so proud of you, class of 110. We've had a long journey together, sometimes not together so much. We have distance, social distance, and other kinds of things going on. but we have worked and continue to connect together. And you chose a great theme, a great following to Legidus to struggle through the themes that you've struggled through. And themes of do we take the risk or do we not, okay? And I think it's a great message for a difficult world right now. As if you may know, the summer was a very loveless world in many parts of the world. People were really struggling, okay? And so we kind of know, we don't know. There are so many people struggling financially and emotionally. You know, do we want love or not love, okay? Because, you know, is it a step up if we take love, or is it a step down? Yeah, we struggle with these questions, right? Well, I won't tell you it's a step up. I will not tell you it's a step down. But hopefully, with all the work that has gone to prepare, not only for the actors, but also for all the different groups of supporting people to decorate and to do the makeup and the promotions and communications and the encouragements that have been so important, okay? Hopefully, you will say, well, I don't know if it's a step up to love or is it a step down, but I'm willing to step in, okay, and give it a try, okay? 2020 is not finished yet, and let's finish in a brighter new world. And thank you all so much for working so hard with Professor Peter and with each other and all the leaders who have made this possible, and all the parents who have supported their children to in every way. I have 3 sons. Do they have love? Do they have lovers? Or are they lying? I have no idea, because they don't tell me yet if they have love, or are they lying to me? I don't know, okay. But let's move forward together. We're proud of you. We still have some great memories to make together for all the class of 110. I'll be delighted to be a part of that process. And you've made us all proud. And let's have a great time this school year together in overcoming the troubles of life and doing that with a great feeling of success. Thank you all, and thank you all audience, thank you all parents, thank you all classmates, and let's keep going and growing. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce.
国立彰化师范大学英语
学系110级戏剧公演就此圆满落幕。感谢您今晚的莅临，祝您有个美好的夜晚，晚安。